Creativity. Have you ever thought about how important and powerful it really is in our world? Today's careers are driven by visionaries, and fresh talent is always in demand. The Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale prepares talented students for cutting-edge careers in industries powered by imagination. AIFL is the place to learn from industry professionals who show you how to transform raw creativity into style, communication, and function. It's where you find out how to step back from a page of scribbled thoughts in your notebook and recognize your best ideas, and how to turn those ideas into concepts that are marketable. As a member of the Art Institute's international family of schools, the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale is located on Florida's beautiful Gold Coast and attracts students from more than 65 foreign countries. Founded in 1968, AIFL is accredited by the Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges of Technology. Our mission, simply stated, is to provide each student a challenging educational environment with a program of study that prepares them for career entry and continued growth in the creative and applied arts. With a mastery of new technological tools, business skills, and a portfolio of their best work, our graduates are prepared to hit the ground running. It's a journey that begins here at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale.
The Institute is a place where your creativity is cultivated and your imagination matters. It's where your natural artistic direction has room to emerge. From multimedia to graphic design, all of our programs give you the hands-on skills that count on the job. To ensure that your skills will be current with the needs of the marketplace, we continually update our programs with input from industry professionals and employers. As a student, you'll receive a competency-based education taught by instructors who are dedicated to your success. It's exciting because the work is intense but fun. You love what you're doing in class and you're learning fast. Technology plays an important role, too, in the learning process at AIFL. It's true that technology is only a tool for creative expression, but in the information age, it's an essential one. The education you receive at AIFL, a unique blend of technology and technique, gives you a competitive edge when you look eye to eye with a prospective employer.
Continuing your education is one of the most important investments you'll ever make. It's an investment in yourself and one that will last a lifetime. It's a big decision, but it's a lot easier knowing that the Institute has services to help you get started, like student financial planning. Our planners look at all the options like grants, loans, scholarships, and savings. They help you put together a budget that fits your lifestyle and needs so you can get on with your studies. Need a place to live? Our housing department will help you find a place to call home and even match you with a roommate if you want one. If you need to work while you're in school, AIFL has an employment assistance staff that can help you find a job so you can make ends meet. You get some great work experience too while you complete your education. And when you're ready to graduate, these same people will help you connect with potential employers in your area of study. AIFL is part of the Art Institute's International Employment Assistance Network, which maintains contact with more than 30,000 employers across the country. Graduates have landed jobs with some of the hottest companies in the world, like American Greetings, LucasArts, Disney, IBM, Sony, Industrial Light and Magic, Ritz-Carlton, Saks Fifth Avenue, Nike, and Warner Brothers, to name a few. They have a lot of student activities, too, from professional organizations to community service groups. Academically, socially, and artistically, the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale works to make your education a real-world experience.
A lot of people are creative, but not everyone with talent is willing to invest the time and effort to learn how to put their ideas to work. It takes desire, discipline, and a good education, one that opens your eyes to the possibilities and gives you the skills and confidence to succeed. Then comes the realization that a dream job doesn't have to be just a dream. It can be a reality. Just ask these people.
Multimedia is actually a combination of the different medias, video, audio, graphic design, animation, and as multimedia students, we take all of these different varieties of media and apply them to productions such as CD-ROMs, DVDs, or internet pages. Multimedia is a great career path for people who have a variety of different experiences to draw on. You don't have to be focused on one discipline to be involved in multimedia. If your background is in video or in graphics or in art, or in my case in the sciences, there's always going to be a path that you can take as a multimedia student. Currently I'm working on a project for my portfolio that's an interactive brochure for a ski resort, and I actually just took the paper-based brochures from the resort and I'm turning those into digital pages that will eventually be approximately 30 screens for a CD-ROM. Projects at the Art Institute, you do actually begin and end just like you would in the field. You start out writing the documentation, asking permission from the different vendors that you're going to be using products from. You obtain copyright permits. You go through all the processes just like you actually would if you were in the field. I obtained an internship through the Art Institute, and I was placed in a multimedia company doing training work, which is where I wanted to go after graduation. And the experiences there have been just wonderful. I've gotten a lot of hands-on work with clients, with actual productions that have been sold as CD-ROMs and also web-based projects. I really feel prepared to go into the multimedia field the day after graduation, and I can compete with the people already working there.
I think I've always had a desire to cook. When I was a kid, while all my other friends were out playing on the swing set or whatever, I was sitting in the backyard making mud pies. I mean, it's just kind of an affinity. I was very lucky to know what I wanted to do straight out of high school, and I'm sure there might be a point in my life that I end up doing something different. I mean, it might still be food related. Cooking is not the essential thing to me. I enjoy that, and I'll probably spend several years doing that, but there's so much more involved in the field. Baking and pastry is really what I'm interested in. I have a lot more fun just kneading dough and rolling dough, and plus I think people are a little more amazed by that, you know. They're so used to nowadays going to the grocery store and picking up a box of Duncan Hines or something that it's not that hard to do, but it's something that you can do in a very artful way. I feel that the education here is very holistic. They will teach you everything from your first quarter how to hold a knife all the way up to how to produce a menu, how to cook for a dining room. You learn everything, and it's a very step-by-step process. They don't rush you into anything. And I've found that the teachers, if there's something that you don't understand or something that you need a little work on, they're very willing to step back and say, okay, let's look at this. Here's the technique. Going to France to study cooking is, I think, every chef's dream. It's something that, as I first came into the school, I joked, oh, sure, I'll go study in Paris, ha-ha, you know. It's nothing that you ever necessarily expect to happen. And when I received the scholarship and I received word that Michel Rochety wanted me to come work for him, it was just amazing. I didn't believe that I was living my life. You know, it's something that you joke about doing, but you never really think will become a reality. And it's a reality for me now, and it's amazing. There aren't words to describe how it feels.
I was always very artistic and had a style of my own, painterly abilities, it seemed, and instructors that helped me a great deal at that level. I walked into the Art Institute, and now I'm surrounded by a lot of people that can do what I do and a lot that can do it better. And that's a real eye-opening experience. The school was terrific at having places where all of these people could go. So the first job that I had coming out of school was at a small to medium-sized agency. It took about 4 to 5 years to go from a production guy to through the ranks, assistant art director, creative director, senior creative director by the time I was 23, 24 years old. I'm now someone who is in charge of choosing, selecting the right people, putting together the right team that can accomplish key projects at key times. And that same rush, that same experience that came from creating it on my own, that same enjoyment level, amazingly enough, in retrospect, I'm sure I look that way. But then I grew into a period of, okay, I'm looking for common sense, someone who not only has some design abilities, but people who have a certain way of carrying themselves and just have almost what appears to be street knowledge. Certainly it's an overall package. It seemed that without fail, I ultimately always turned back to the Art Institute.
Careers. They're the true tests of the quality of the education at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. The portfolio you build at AIFL is your calling card into the creative community. It's a telling display of the energy and commitment that you'll put into your work after you enter the job market. So, refining your talent is serious business that pays off when you're ready to graduate and begin your career. Here's an inside look at some of the exciting work created by graduates of the Art Institutes International.
Doesn't it make sense to learn from people who've already done and are doing what you want to do? The instructors at the Institute know what's important for you to learn because so many of them are working professionals in their field. They have their own stories about starting out and success, so they know how to share their knowledge with inspiration, encouragement, and guidance, as these students know.
What has impressed me most about the teachers is that they don't come from a strictly academic background.
The instructors let us know the backgrounds that they have. Most of them are willing to show us their work, and we've seen some of their studios. They're just willing to help us in any way, and I think that's really important.
What makes the instructors good is that they know what they're doing. I mean, they've done it all.
They're more or less a friend, even though they're a teacher. You can talk with them if you have any problems. You can talk with them after class, during class, and I think that friendship level is really important.
One guy, he cares enough about the future that he comes and he talks to us, and he's great.